Hey, what's going on? Nick Unsworth here, and welcome to Unlocking Your Freedom Playbook. And I'm just super excited to have you here right now in this moment. And I've got such amazing content for you here today. And it's how I went from literally $50,000 in debt and was able to build a multi-million-dollar business online in literally just a couple years. And so I know it's a big story. That's a bold thing to happen, to go from that broke and in debt to creating over $1 million online. And what's great is that I'm going to break down specific examples. I'm going to break down specific strategies. And the best part, it's not about me. It's not about me just, creating success and, teaching you about it. It's, I've created success and I've made it my life's work. I mean, literally my mission, my calling to teach other people exactly how to do this too. So I really want you to stay focused. We've got a lot of great content here for you today. So here's the agenda. I'm going to break down, how I went from 50K in debt to building a multi-million-dollar online business. And like I said, and I'm also going to share with you how you can make money with Facebook advertising, how you can create a celebrity-like brand within your niche, 9 key elements to a successful ad campaign, how to rapidly increase your income and live what I call your life on fire. So first things first, before we dive in, what I want to encourage you to do is to just focus. So take your cell phone, put it on silent, turn it over, close out your browsers, keep this one open, but just be here, just be present and focus. And because the information you're about to learn is going to completely change how you look at your business. And if you really take these strategies and put them into action, you're going to create amazing results in your business. So really focus and be here. Now, the next thing is I want to encourage you to take notes. And I've got a best-selling book, which is called The Book on Facebook Marketing. And you can actually email your biggest takeaways to support@lifeonfire.com at the end. And we'll actually send you a free copy of our book. It's our, it's an online version, so it's will get sent out to you right away. And this book has really helped, literally thousands of entrepreneurs grow their businesses with Facebook marketing and advertising. So it's an awesome book. So again, at the end, be sure to just take some notes, throughout, and then at the end, send your notes to support@lifeonfire.com, and we will hook you up with our book. So what I always like to do is I want to make sure that every time I do a training like this, I want to make sure that it's going to solve a very specific problem. And so there's a couple big problems that entrepreneurs face. And here's the first one that I've identified. Now, this is across of me coaching literally hundreds of people in a group setting, in a one-on-one setting. And we've literally worked with thousands of entrepreneurs with our courses and our online programs. And so what I keep coming back to, what keeps a recurring theme, and the number one problem that I always see is, Nick, I'm just overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. There's just so many strategies. There's so much I need to do. I don't know where to start. And we're going to solve that here today. Now, the next one, which is like neck and neck, it's the number 2 problem, because the first problem really creates an emotion, and it creates this feeling of being stuck. I don't know if you can relate to that. So the next one is, and again, it's like neck and neck with the first one, is really about not having enough leads. And when you don't have enough leads, you don't have enough revenue. When there's not enough leads, there's frustration, there's anxiety, there's wondering if there's something wrong with you, or am I cut out to be an entrepreneur, and when you don't have enough leads, there's not enough cash flow, and business is not fun. And I got to tell you, when you're an entrepreneur and you don't have enough leads, usually your quality of life is way worse than having a job that you don't like. So, this is something that we're going to also solve for you here today as well. So I want you to know what's possible. So, what I'm going to be sharing is my journey, and it's again from 11 business failures, and ultimately I ended up at $50,000 in debt, and how I broke through, it took a shift in my mindset. It took me investing in myself. It took me hiring a coach. But once I got the right tools, I could build up my business. And what I realized is that I just didn't know the right steps. It's like, and that's why I do this. That's why I'm so passionate about being a coach and helping other people and helping you, is that if you don't know, you don't know. And there were things that I kept doing wrong because no one was there to show me the right way. And it's a huge gift when you know the right steps and the right actions. So that's what my mission is to help you. And what I'm going to share is my individual journey. And why I do this is because I want you to understand where I came from. Because what happens is most people say, oh, well, Nick, it's easy for you. You've got life on fire and you've got a cool brand and, you know how to run ads and you've done all these things. And it's like, dude, I started at the very bottom and I had no skills and no email list, just like everybody else. And I built up from scratch. Everything about my life, my business has been self-made. Nothing came natural to me. I failed at 11 businesses before I finally got one to stick. So I'm going to share just a bit about my journey. And I just want you to keep in mind that it's really about you. The journey's not about Nick. It's about, relate it back to your life. So in the very, beginning, if I go way back, all the way back to when I was a kid, I just dreamed of being free. My father he just worked so hard and provided, and he's such an honorable man for doing that. But what happened is that, with working so hard, and driving from Connecticut to New Hampshire and back 2 hours up and 2 hours back every day, didn't leave him with a whole lot of free time or a whole lot of time, with us. And so what happened is, I just, as a kid, I didn't know any better. And I took this stance where I kind of resented him. And I wish that wasn't the case. But, as an adult life, of course, I totally respect all the hard work that he did and he provided. But I just saw that he wasn't around. And I think that, as a kid, that just molded me and it shaped me. And I always wanted to be different. I always wanted to be just different in the way that I just wanted to own my time. I wanted to unlock my freedom. I wanted to have, control over my destiny in my life. I didn't want a boss telling me what to do. And there on the other side, I had my mom. My mom was, because of my dad's hard work, my mom was there. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she just constantly said, Nick, you can do anything you put your mind to. And it's like, what's crazy about being an entrepreneur is like, if you have the mentality that you can do anything you put your mind to, nothing will stop you. It's like, as adults, we oftentimes allow our own negative thoughts to stop us before we even get started. So what I want to just have you play along with is, I want you, everything that I share here, right now in this moment, I want you to just believe, and just think that it is possible and just go with it, because there's no reason why you can't do these strategies and put them into action for your business. So in 2010, now 2010 was not very long ago, right? So just 2010, I was 28 years old. I was $25,000 in debt. I had just failed at my 11th business. So, throughout my 20s, I looked at it and said, I don't care what has to happen. I don't care if I have no free time. I'm like, I am sacrificing my 20s. It doesn't matter. My number one priority was was getting freedom. And what was wild is that it was the opposite effect. I had no freedom. I fell into the same pattern, except I was even worse. I was doing 14-hour workdays. I was invisible to my friends and family. I didn't care about anything besides work, because all I wanted was to be free. But the craziness about that is, and the irony is, that it was the opposite, right? I wanted to be free, but there I was as a workaholic. And, I did network marketing, in college, and they also call it multi-level marketing. So I did that and had some success, and I hopped from company to company and was chasing opportunities, and it didn't work. Then I, got into real estate. I got into real estate at the end of 2007, and what happened? 2007, 2008, the meltdown happened, right? And I get into real estate at the wrong time, right as everything was popping and bursting and imploding. And so everything I touched ended up failing. And, there I was, it was, again, 2010, I was 28 years old, $25,000 in debt. I was back living in Connecticut, and I lived in a dump. It was a 2-family home. It was in a rough part of town, didn't have kitchen cabinets, no dishwasher, no garbage disposal. I had my grandma's couch, and it was humiliating. I was 28 years old. I had done some, was a realtor at one point, as a mortgage broker at one point, and I had been selling friends' homes, and there I was. I didn't have a home. I was renting a dump. And It's just not where I saw my life, and I was not proud to be in that spot. And I tell you, after that 11th business failure, I was down and out. My health started to go. I was prescribed Lipitor. I was on blood thinners. I used to have this mobile EKG in my pocket with all these nodes attached to my chest, and it would monitor my heart rate because I was so stressed out. They thought I was going to have a heart attack. And so, it was my rock bottom. I mean, that was my absolute bottom. And there I was at the bottom. My mom gives me the book called The Secret, and she just wrote in the inside cover, "I believe in you." And you know what happened? In that moment, I made a decision. I made a decision that I was going to see it through, that I was going to be successful. And that's for right now. Everything I'm about to share with you, it's like you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision and then make it right. If you're going to employ these strategies and tactics, you're going to have to decide to do it and then put it into action. If you want to be successful, it really, truly does. It sounds oversimplified, but it really does start with you just drawing the line in the sand and saying enough is enough. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to build a 7-figure business, and nothing's going to stop me. So, I get the book. It really reframed how I thought, and it helped me realize that what I think in my mind shows up in my life. And I just got crazy fired up about it. And you'll notice on the screen here, you're probably wondering, what the heck is that thing on the right? It's after reading the book, The Secret, I said, I got this. I'm doing this. I believe that I can get it done. And the book changed my life. And I said, instead of quitting, I'm going to double down. If you ever play poker or you heard of poker, it's like double down means you're going all in. You're doubling down. And what I decided was I'm going to do it. I'm going to go after the freedom that I've been dreaming of since I was a little boy, and I'm going to get it done. So I tattooed a goal on my chest. And this is a view that I would see if I was looking in the mirror. So that's kind of my cropped out chest. I didn't want any nipples on there. But that's on my chest. And it's a cross. You'll notice the S from The Secret in the middle. And it says Believe 2012. Now, why does it say that? Because I got the tattoo in 2010. And that was the year that I turned 30. Was 2012 at the end of the year in December. And that was my childhood dream goal, is to sell a business before I turn 30. So there I go. Like, instead of quitting, I said, screw it, I'm tattooing my chest with a goal. And you know what happened? I wrote a letter to myself that explained what it would feel like, what it would look like when I turned 30, the day after I turned 30, and what my life would look like after I sold the business. Now, you got to figure, at this point in my life, I was down and out. I had no clue what I wanted to do. I just failed at my 11th business. But I got the tattoo and I said I'm going to believe for it and I'm going to go for it. And what happened next was I all of a sudden realized that I needed to start finding a better way. The 11th business that failed, it failed because I advertised on TV and it didn't convert. I blew tens of thousands of dollars on TV commercials for a business that I had that failed, and I only made back $280. It was awful. So what I realized is, like, I need to learn online marketing. I need to create value. I need to know how to get clients. I need more leads, right? So I figured I'm going to learn internet marketing. So there I went. I started investing in course after course after course. I'm tearing through content, and it was good. I was learning, but I wasn't taking action. So what happened next was I ended up investing $5,000 to basically get my first mentor, and I ended up getting this mentor named Eben Pagan, and it was a mastermind that met up 2 times, and so I invest $5,000 to go to these 2 meetings, and there I meet Eben Pagan, and what happened is that I didn't even have the $5,000. I had to get my Discover to stretch and give me more room, and I had a friend that went in halves on it with me. But I just knew that after all these failures, I kept going at it alone. Think about your business. It's like, even if you're whether you're, have a 6-figure business, 7-figure business, or you're just getting started, it's like when you go at it alone, it's the long path. It's the rocky road. And we're not talking about the ice cream, you know what I mean? It's like the not fun rocky road. It's lots of bumps and bruises. And so I said, you know what? I need a mentor. And so I get to this mastermind, meet Eben Pagan, and everything started to shift. Now, here's the thing. While I was there, I was so broke that I had to travel with protein mix in a sandwich bag. And I didn't have a blender ball because I was so broke. I didn't have money for food when I got there. And, people would do lunch together, and I'd be like, hey guys, I'll meet you back down at the room as soon as I finish up this call. And I'd go run to the room and I'd make a protein shake and I'd come back. I mean, I literally was this broke, look at the lumpy protein shake, that I would be making while I was at this event, this 3-day mastermind. And that was how hard it was. I didn't even have a blender ball. But what happened is I had this defining moment. Damon John from ABC's show Shark Tank calls it the power of broke. The power of broke means when you're down and out, when it's your last straw, you have to just make a move. And so there I was, I was $50K in debt. I had to cover $3,500 a month. Almost all of it was interest on all my credit cards. And I didn't have any ability to make those payments because, I was selling homes as a realtor just on the side trying to get by, and I didn't have any closings coming up. So I was really screwed. I've never missed a payment in my entire life. My credit is flawless. Now it is. But I had a lot of debt, and I made a decision with his advice. And he said, Nick, you just have to pick. You've been here for 3 days. You've got a gazillion ideas. You just need to choose a niche and narrow it down. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. Just pick a niche and model. Who do you know that has a lifestyle that has the freedom that you keep talking about? And, I said, you know what, man? I was like, Mari Smith does. Mari Smith is a Facebook marketing expert. I want what she has. I want her life. And he goes, perfect. Reverse engineer it. Model what she's done. There's room. If she's out there and she's successful, guess what? There's room for two. And you know what? In that moment, I said, I'm going to become a Facebook marketing expert right then and there. And I just decided. So if you're, watching right now and listening to me, it's like, for you, if you're in that spot where you just have to decide, it's like, there's so many cool nuggets with this. It's, who has a lifestyle that you would really like and enjoy? And can you model what they've already done? And when I do this with a client, and if we do it in person or whether it's in group coaching, I'm always asking, who are you modeling your business after? And when someone can't answer that question, to me, there's an issue with clarity. And you get it down to just choosing 1 or 2 or even 3 businesses that you're modeling, so that gives you direction on your products, your services, your target market. So I became a Facebook marketing, expert. I came home to Connecticut from that event that was in LA, and the woman I was dating for 7 years at the time, I came back home and I'm like, I got it. I know what I'm gonna do. I figured it out. I've got the plan. And she's like, well, what is it? And I said, I'm gonna become a Facebook marketing expert. Now, mind you, she's seen so many businesses fail at this point, and she says, Nick, you're not even on Facebook. You don't even have a profile. And I'm like, I know, but I'm like, I got these courses on it, and I'm like, I know I can teach other people. And I just think that for all of us, it's like you just have to jump at one point, right? It's like there's actually the video that just went viral with Steve Harvey, and he talks about jumping. Like, you don't know if it's going to be safe. You don't know if your parachute's going to open. You just have to have the faith, and you just have to freaking jump. So that's what I did. I jumped and became a Facebook marketing expert because I had to. I had to make money. First 30 days, I started in the local market. If you're just getting started in business and you want to be online, take a page out of my book and start local. Just because you can meet people, focus on profit producing activities, just get in front of people. So, I got local clients, helped them create a profit. And then I took what I started to make. And in my first 30 days, I made $5,000. I covered my bills, and I said, I'm going to run Facebook ads. I just targeted chief marketing officers. Like, how about that? Do you realize that with your business, you can target your perfect leads, not just leads that, maybe you've worked with in the past. You can target leads that have certain income range. You can target leads that live in a certain area, that like certain books, that like certain movies, that are perfect for you. So I started locally, and I said, you know what? Chiropractors, insurance agents, I love them, but they don't have big budgets. So I said, what if I just get the guts and I just run ads and I target chief marketing officers? why don't I start working with bigger companies? And I just said, the heck with it. Why not? So I started running those ads and started getting bigger clients. Within 6 months, I had consulted over 150 businesses. I mean, I was just on a tear, and I would do it in a group setting. So businesses would come on board. I would coach them in a group setting or coach them one-on-one. I mean, everyone from digital marketer. I mean, I'm sure Ryan Dice, and there's Safeco Insurance and John Assaraf, and started getting featured in books. So I just was working and hustling. I've even, at this point, that's a photo of Damon John and myself, and Damon John from ABC's show Shark Tank. I ended up consulting, him and his team on Facebook ads. And as a result of that, I then was able to get him to speak at our big Ignite event that we just held just about a week and a half ago. And, had him on the stage and had a private, lunch with him and all of our clients. We call our clients Firestarters. And that was amazing, and so Spartan Races and NavySeals.com. So, it's like I learned a skill. I used it to get clients, and then I used that same skill of getting leads to help other people, right? So I started helping these other larger businesses, and what I realized is my passion is helping someone just like you, someone that is an entrepreneur that has a message or a mission or a product or service you want to get out there. And what I love doing now is I love giving this gift of helping you market yourself, your business, your products online. So within 9 months, I also then started running Facebook ads to affiliate offers. So what that means is, in the first business model, it's about you getting your own clients and customers. In the second business model that I teach, it's you can run Facebook ads to other people's products. So, I attract a lot of folks that are, getting started, and that, they don't have their own products and services yet. And what I love is if you're passionate about a topic, you can just sell someone else's products. You can run Facebook ads to their products and their services and earn a commission. So you can get started fast. You don't have to wait you don't have to wait until you're this expert 5 years from now, right? You can dive in and you can run ads to other people's products. So, the first promotion I did for Mike Koenig's, I made $42,000. The next one I did, I made $148,000. And that's where I truly finally felt what it was like to be free as an entrepreneur. I mean, that got me out of debt. That changed everything. It was leveraged income. I didn't have to trade time for money. And I said, this is awesome. It was like the best part of my life up to that point. And I just started running with it. Within 2 years, as 2012 was approaching, I ended up selling my business. And I'm kind of fast forwarding the story. I'm just giving you some highlights and some teachable moments. But 2012, sold my business. Here's the thing. Guess who purchased my business? The guy who purchased my business was the person that I met at Eben Pagan's event. So when I went to that mastermind, I got mentorship. I learned the shortcut. But the other thing that happened is I met contacts and I networked. And the guy who bought my business was my first 5-figure client, who turned into a 6-figure client. And then he said, you know what, Nick, can I just buy your business? And the reason he did was because I was running out of time. I was like, Scott, I can't keep giving you more and more and more time. And he said, well, why don't we just buy your business? And so when I said yes, what happened was I still retained equity, but I sold him the majority of the equity of the business, and I retained 37.5%, and made over $500,000 from it. And for me, that was amazing. That was huge. It wasn't this big, huge tech sale, but I mean, over $500,000. It was incredible, and how that happened. And people are always asking. I get interviewed all the time, and it's like, how did you make that happen in such a short period of time? It's like I changed my mindset. Right? That book changed everything. Once I believed it was possible, I read that letter to myself every single day. And sure enough, I started attracting the right people. I started investing in myself. I hired a coach. I got to that mastermind, and I never would have sold the business if I didn't read that book. And if I didn't get to that mastermind, there would be no sold business. I would probably be, at a job right now. This never would have happened. So there's some big takeaways. So the next thing from there, once I sold the company, I stayed on with them for about a year, and I said, you know what, where my heart is, they wanted to work with a lot of insurance companies and big corporations. I said, my heart is helping others unlock their freedom. I want to help entrepreneurs. That's my calling. That's my mission. Help them find their purpose and help them prosper with purpose. And I said, you know what? I love doing webinars. I love live events. I love masterminds. I love people and entrepreneurs. I said, you know what, guys, I'm going to have to, walk away from the business. I gave him back my 37.5%, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go start a company called Life on Fire. And you know what? Life on Fire is about exactly that, living your life to the fullest, being on fire, loving what you do for work, making more money than you thought possible, giving back. And that's what my mission is. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm teaching this to you right now. So I'm going to dive into some of the steps. And why everything changed is simply because I invested in myself. That was the biggest thing. I always get asked, what was the one thing, the smartest decision you ever made on your journey from rags to riches? And it was investing in myself. And the next one was coaching. Without that mentorship and without getting the guidance and being in a community of high-level entrepreneurs, I never would have pulled that off. It's not even close. And once that happened, I now have a coach for health and fitness. I've got a coach, 2 coaches in business. At one point I had a relationship coach, and it's like, why not take the shortcut? So now, since then, I've ended up helping hundreds of entrepreneurs. Here's a couple. We call our coaching clients FIRESTARTER elites. We have Ben Shaib from sellandsucceed.com. Within 90 days of working together, he left his high-paying job in less than, 90 days of coaching with me. Made over $110,000 in his first 6 months, on pace just in January. So as on pace to break 50,000 just in January of 2016, and he's crushing it. And I share this because I want you to see what's possible. Now, whether you're at this level or at a lower level, it all depends on, your experience level. It depends on your ability, how coachable you are, your advertising budget. But Ben went all in. He had been working at a large corporation for about 15 years. He was a sales trainer, and he wasn't happy. And he hit that point where it's like, I can keep doing what I'm doing, Nick, and I can keep, doing the same thing year after year, expecting a different result, or I can say, you know what, I can jump. I can jump out of this plane. I can, put my faith into you, Nick, and I can go. And that's what he did. He came to one of our events, and he took the plunge with us, and he's so happy that he did. So I want you to be inspired for a second with a couple of these other ones. We've had a couple more FIRESTARTER elites, Ryan Walsh and Dr. Katie VanBuskirk, and you'll notice, look at these photos. These photos are incredible. In our mastermind, we actually do professional photos for you and professional video. And this is what we do. We always try and over-deliver and raise the bar. So in our coaching program, we take awesome photos of you. But so Ryan and Katie. So they both were unsure of what they wanted to do and came to me and my team of coaches, and we helped them figure out their niche and help them discover that, the law of attraction has impacted their lives, and that's what they wanted to teach. So, Ryan Walsh, had a corporate background, and Katie just got out of school as a doctor in psychology, helped them narrow their niche, just like Eben Pagan at that mastermind did for me. All they used is a model I'm about to teach, which is Facebook ads to a webinar. They broke $10,000 in a month. Didn't happen in their first month. Didn't happen in their second month. But you know what? After a few months, they got to $10K a month. And it's like, would you, utilize this strategy if you could get your business to $10,000 a month? Like, that's a huge deal. Like, that's life-changing revenue, over 10 grand a month. It changed their lives. And so they're, when they advertise, they're getting leads for less than $2 a lead. They're cash flow positive, and they're very happy with where they're going. Another example here, FIRESTARTER elites, Becky and Jesse. And what I love about them is they're photographers that they use these strategies to grow their photography business, and they've done so well that they now teach it. So they're now photographer coaches. And all they do is they run Facebook ads to webinars, and there's now Instagram ads, which is also on the Facebook platform, which are crushing right now. So they're going from Facebook ads to their webinar. They're getting leads also for less than $2 a piece, and they're teaching, and then they're offering their coaching. And what's awesome is that they got their business to over 10K a month with their coaching clients doing group. And their most recent promotion, they've invested 2K to make 5K. And now they're just doing it over and over and over again. Imagine that. What if you could put in $2,000 and make back 5? You put in 2,000, you make back 5. You put in 2,000, make back 5. That's what we're talking about. It's like how I went from, so much debt to just investing in my ads and getting out of debt and getting into high profitability. Kevin and Devonna Stimson from Strive and Grind. I love this. This is just a little snippet from our Facebook group with all of our Firestarter clients. Good morning, Firestarters. Nick and Megan, thank you for hosting such an amazing event. There's no doubt in my mind that Ignite will be the top entrepreneur mindset event in the country. Just wanted to share a small win. Devonna and I hopped on a 6 a.m. call and closed an $8,000 client. That's $26K in the last 20 days. Our goal is to close another $22,000 by January 31st. The Power of Broke is real. Power of Broke is the book by Daymond John, and they had just met Daymond John 2 days before this post. And it's like, this is the energy that we can create, and they're using the exact same strategies I'm going to teach. And again, I share this because I want you to know that this is real. There's so many people out there that are just teaching a whole bunch of stuff. This is January 18th. It's like, this is just recent. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff works, and you're getting the fresh strategies that work. So just another one, Kevin Stimson as well. This is January 22nd. He just closed another $4,000 client. Working with Kevin, they had a cool brand, but they weren't sure what they wanted to do. I helped them, again, narrow their niche down. So now they build websites. They do branding. That's their gift. That's what we do with our coaching, is we help you get clear on what are your strengths and gifts and narrow it down. And we help them do that, and now they're absolutely crushing it and loving it. Another one here tomorrow, January 23rd. It's like super excited, fired up from the event. It's been hustling all week. Huge wins. Just confirmed an $11,500 client yesterday and three $3,300 clients. Wow. All I can say is that when you're passionate about, all I can say is that wow is all I can say when you are passionate about what you're talking about. People can tell as it shines through, and they automatically want to work with you. This has been my biggest weekend of sales in my life. Thank you, Ignite, Nick, Megan, Valerie, Mari. Those are our coaches, and Danielle. So it's like, again, I just want you to feel the energy. I want you to understand that that this is all fresh strategies that are working. So I want you to think and imagine about you being seen everywhere. I want you to think about, all right, the strategies I'm about to teach. Picture your brand, your face, seen all over Facebook, seen, all over online. Your brand, it's everywhere. People are seeing you at, the coffee shop, or seeing you at events, and they're saying, dang, I see you all over the place. Looks like you're doing really well. Your expert status, everyone's looking up to you. You're building this celebrity status within your niche. Imagine having thousands of interested prospects on your email list. Imagine being able to promote other people's products and make affiliate commissions. Imagine being able to make more money than you ever thought possible. And that's what these strategies are going to help you do. So I've teased it long enough. I'm going to dive right in. So first things first, the clarity piece. This is going to help if you have any challenges with frustration or overwhelm, and it's just don't know where to start. This simple modeling technique changed my life. And it's, don't let the simplicity fool you. It's as simple as this. Eben Pagan said, Nick, you just got to pick. Who do you want to be like? I don't know. Nick, come on. Who do you want to be like? And I said, I think Mari Smith. Perfect. Reverse engineer it, model it, do it, And so, the modeling technique, it works. Now, I did it for Facebook marketing and advertising. Now, what do you think happened once I sold the business and once I started Life on Fire? When I started Life on Fire, I decided that I wanted to become a business coach. And of course, what did I do? I went out and hired a business coach to teach me the model. Like, why spend 10 years figuring it out? It's like, shoot, I hired a business coach. We broke $1 million in less than 18 months. It was like 14 months with Life on Fire. Like, that's crazy speed. And again, my list started at 0. When I started Life on Fire, I didn't have a list anymore. Right? I started over. And because I had the strategies, because I had the coaching, I was able to ramp back up to a 7-figure business really fast. So the cool thing is, you want to first identify who has a business and life that you would love to have. It could be a person, could be a business. And you want to think, what are the percentages? So for me, when I started Life on Fire, I started modeling Suzanne Evans, who also does coaching. So Suzanne Evans, she does coaching. She does it, her way. And I said, I'm going to be 80% like her. I want to have this online show called Life on Fire TV, so I'll be 10% like Marie Forleo, who has a video show. I like adventure. I like masterminds. Yannick Silver does these crazy adventure masterminds. I'll be 10% like Yannick. So I said I'll be 80% like Suzanne, 10% like Mari, 10% like Yannick. And you know what? By doing that, I now was clear on who the heck I was, what Life on Fire was going to be, and I could move forward. Now, today, fast forward, it's like 50% like Suzanne, 25% like Marie, and like 25% like Yannick. So this can evolve and change, but the point is, pick one person. If you need to, you can expand it to 2 or to 3, but you're looking at their models, not personality, models, right? And so it's a great technique. So if you're having any overwhelm, I want you to just think about that and get clear on this, because once you have this, then the next piece and how do you build your business and get leads is all going to fall into place. So next piece here is, again, the number 2 problem entrepreneurs face is not enough leads. Again, not enough leads creates not enough cash flow, frustration, and this is what these strategies will solve. So the solution is there's really 2 main parts. You have your funnel, which is also referred to as the lead magnet, and then you have your ads. So if you run Facebook ads, but you don't have anywhere to bring the traffic to, then it's not going to work. There's always 2 parts. There's your advertisements, and then there's, where are they going? What's the page that they're landing on? So to keep it simple, there's 3 very simple business models. Business model 1, you run ads to your lead magnet. A lead magnet, all that means is it's something that you're giving away for free that adds value and therefore attracts people, just like a magnet would, right? So your lead magnet would be something like this. This is my lead magnet to you. My goal right now is to add as much value as I can. And by adding value, my goal is for you to realize that I'm a good guy, that my goal is for it to break down the walls, there's some folks that if you don't know me, you don't know my character and integrity, you might have your arms crossed and be like, I want to see what I can learn from this guy, but I'm skeptical, but over time, hearing my voice, going through the success stories, teaching these strategies, it'll start to, if I do a good job anyway, it'll start to build trust. And my goal is to give you the best stuff that I have so that we have trust and a connection. And then my goal from there is once you come into the funnel, I want to continue to add value for you so that you come to me one day or today and say, Nick, I really respect you. I like what you've got going on. I know that you can help me get from here to here, and I want to hire you or your team or your coaches, So it's a very good model because it starts with giving first. And that's what I'm doing. That's what you want to do. Run Facebook ads, give first with the lead magnet. Your lead magnet can be a webinar, could be a workshop. It could be, a free report, a PDF, a video series. It's up to you. But once they opt in, then they go to a thank you page, then you deliver your content, and then you follow up. So business model number 2, exact same process, but did you know that you don't even have to build anything here on the screen? You could just be an affiliate for someone else, and you could only run Facebook ads to someone else's lead magnet. Then step 2, 3, 4, 5, all that's done by someone else. You don't even need a product. So for someone that's just getting started, this is sometimes a really good approach to get your feet wet, to start experimenting, to start getting to know, what it feels like to run ads and be out there into market. So now, business model 3 is what I call a virtual summit. And so what's cool about this, in business model 3, it's a different spin, right? Business model 3 is about interviewing other people, right? So if you think of, I'm sure you've heard of podcasting, or, if you were to interview, if you were to say, Nick, my passion is, you name the niche, right? So you insert your niche, Nick, my passion is health and fitness. Cool. What if you interviewed Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser, like who has a mega brand, and you put your face next to hers, and that was your lead magnet, so you can interview other people, and that content is very valuable and will attract people because if you're new, you don't have a brand, but they do. And so for me, when I was doing Facebook marketing, I didn't have a brand. So I used this strategy, with Life on Fire, when I became a business coach, it's like I started interviewing other top people in the industry and built up my brand fast, and you can too. So business model 3 is just about interviewing other people. And then you can put those interviews together on what's called a virtual summit so that your lead magnet is a virtual summit. So someone would opt in to get access to the interviews that you've provided, and you can build your email list, you can build your brand, your reputation, and your revenue. So here's just an example of something that we did at the end of 2014 called the Life on Fire Virtual Summit. And all I did was I interviewed Gary Vaynerchuk. I interviewed Brian Tracy, Kevin Harrington, who was on Shark Tank for a few years. I interviewed 27 people. Just know I went a little crazy. You do not need to interview that many people. And, you could do 5. 5 is plenty. I went a little too crazy. I was like, why don't I just do more and more and more? But you don't have to do that many. So I interviewed 27 people, and someone would opt in. And here's what this was the ad that they would see. Notice this, the congruency is the same color. And here's the ad. And then boom, they would land on this page, and this is what they would opt in to get. And here's a big tip, that once they would opt in, they would get the sessions. Now, the tip is, as far as the advertising, is that when I would run ads, so here's me on the right and John Lee Dumas on the left, who's a good friend of mine. This is a view from, we live in we have the same building, these units. He's on the 4th floor, I'm on the 2nd floor. And I mean, this is like the dream home that I, dreamed of when I was a little kid, and I got it, and the whole Life on Fire Virtual Summit, I interviewed these other people, and in this ad, it's a picture of John and I. Now, guess who I targeted on Facebook marketing and advertising? I just targeted people that like John Lee Dumas, people that like his podcast. So people that like John trusted me because, shoot, we're there arm in arm, And so the lead costs were low, only 67 cents. Another example, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is, has the largest social media agency in the world, huge brand, incredibly talented guy. And, this is me in Gary Vaynerchuk's office, and I interviewed Gary. And so again, picture of Gary and I, and when they click on it, they would opt in to get access to the virtual summit. So I would just target people that like Gary Vaynerchuk. And what was the result? Our leads were only $1.48, and we're able to not only monetize that Life on Fire Virtual Summit, but we're able to take the proceeds and build a school in Guatemala. It's so cool what you can do with your money as you leverage a technique like this to build. So here's the kicker with the virtual summit, is that by doing a virtual summit, the nice thing is that you have created content with these experts in your niche, and it works in any niche. You could be in dating and relationships. You could be in health and fitness. You could be in anything related to money and business. Now, the kicker is you can take the interview content and repurpose it. You could spin it into a book. You could put them out as episodes on a podcast. And that's a pretty cool thing where it's like you could do a virtual summit, build your email list, build your revenues, right? Build your brand by putting your face next to an influencer in your market, and then repurpose the content and put it out on a podcast, put it out in a book. So we have agreements and we have the whole playbook on how to do all this. But this to me is another way. This is one of those steps that can help you create more freedom in your life and in your business. All right, so 9 steps to mastering Facebook ads. So I'm just going to dive right in. And the very first step is about considering your environment. So you've got to figure that if you're marketing and advertising on Facebook, the people that are there, they're there to interact with their friends. They're not there looking for stuff to buy. If you go to Amazon, you're looking to buy, right? You're looking to buy the book or buy the, whatever the product is that you're looking for. If you go to Google, you're looking to get answers to your questions or looking to buy, right? Facebook, you're there interacting, you're socializing. So you've got to figure that when you run ads on Facebook, you absolutely cannot sell first. Number 2 is how Facebook ads actually works. Now, the thing with Facebook ads is that Facebook wants to have friendly ads that people click, and they actually reward you for what's called a high click-through rate. So what that means is that if you're running an ad on Facebook that is highly engaging and likely to get people to click and interact with it, it's actually going to drive down your lead cost, and it's going to make you more money. So once you grab this at a high level, it's going to change how you look at advertising. So the bottom line is, when you're running Facebook ads, the more engaging they are, the more likes, comments, shares, then the lower your lead cost. It's counterintuitive, but that's how the platform works, because at a high level, Facebook wants their users to have ads that they like. They don't want to see negative ads that they don't like. So Facebook is now cracking down. So if your ads are not getting the right interaction, if they're not relevant and people are saying that they don't want to see them, you can even get your account shut down. So got to make sure that you do this the right way. Number 3 is all about connecting with your audience. And this really ties together, point number 1 and point number 2, that it's really about connection, and your personal touch is key, and see this big old smiling face here on the screen. It's, you want to have your face. You want to be smiling. You want to have very conversational ad copy. On the actual photo, you can only have a maximum of 20% text. Number 4 is about warm targeting with a custom audience. And this is really where the gold is. So you can take your ads and you can actually upload your own email list into Facebook, and Facebook will query that whole spreadsheet. And whoever has a Facebook account associated with those email addresses, you can run ads to it. So people always say, well, Nick, why would I run ads to people that are already on my email? I'll just email them. Well, the thing is that email open rates continue to decline, and you want to be seen in multiple places. You want to be seen everywhere. So you want to be seen in their inbox. You want to be seen on Facebook. And a great way to increase, your customer retention, a great way to increase your conversions is to send your emails, but also run ads to those people as well. Number 5. It's about marketing to your own page likes. So we all know that on Facebook business pages, you have likes, which are basically your fans. And the more likes that you have, the more you can market to them. So a technique is, and here's just a bonus about how to get more likes, is that I've got a campaign that is in our book, the book on Facebook marketing, and that we've taught literally thousands of people to use, and it still works incredibly well to this day. So if you want to get likes to your page that are targeted, keyword being targeted, you don't want fake likes from all different countries and things like that. You want targeted likes. And to do so, you want to write down the quote, "Click like if you love." So click like if you love being an entrepreneur, right? That's a campaign that I could run. Click like if you love social media, if you're a social media marketing expert. I have a client in Hawaii, and he said, Nick, I have a radio station. What would I do with this? How would it work for me? And I said, okay, Keith, who is your, who does your audience listen to the most? What's the musician? What's the artist? And he goes, oh, that's easy. Bruno Mars. And I go, perfect. Keith, you just have an ad that says, click like if you love Bruno Mars. And I go, guess who you would target? And he's like, I'm not really sure. And I was like, dude, you would just target Bruno Mars fans, right? So click like if you love Bruno Mars, and you would just target people that have already liked Bruno Mars. So, for you and for your niche, you just want to think of it as click like if you love, and then insert your niche, your industry, your profession. And what'll happen is it's so engaging that people will click on it, they'll interact with it. You want to run these on the right-hand side. So they're right rail ads. They're not newsfeed ads. This will get you likes for less than 10 cents a piece, create social proof. And then because they're targeted, you can even then run ads to these likes in the future as well and create conversions. Number 6, it's all about warm targeting. So warm targeting just means it's people that you already know, right? This is also called Facebook remarketing. So what's cool is that with Facebook, you can put what's called a pixel on your website. So when someone lands on your website, you can remarket them on Facebook. So I want to ask you, have you ever seen products that you search for online follow you? Have you ever clicked on a pair of shoes and then next thing you know, you go on Facebook and it's like, there's those UGG boots I was looking for. It's like you can set it up so that it follows your prospects. So what you're looking at here on the screen on the left-hand side is a $19.99 Dodge Viper. Very unique car. It's the ACR. They only made about 50 of them. And so it was my childhood dream to get a 99 Dodge Viper, or the ACR. This is a second generation Viper. And, so just this past August, I said, you know what, Life on Fire, we hit a whole new, level of revenue. And I was just, I wanted to treat myself, reward myself with getting a cool car. And I said, you know what, I've worked hard. I've been very conservative for a while, and I'm going to do it. So that ad on the left-hand side, that car is what I searched for. There was only 5 Dodge Vipers in the whole country, and that's the actual one that I clicked on. That thing followed me around, and I set a goal to get this car in August, and it kept following me. And I was like, you know what? I thought about maybe, wait till the fall or wait till the winter. And no, it kept following me. So you know what I did? I ended up going out and getting it. So on the right-hand side, there's my wife, Megan, and I in front of, that's the day that we purchased it from a guy up in LA. And that's the thing. When you have your ads and they follow your prospects, they keep seeing it, and they keep seeing it over and over and over, and that's called frequency. When there's frequency with your ads and they keep seeing it over and over and over, they're more likely to convert and to purchase. Number 7 is cold targeting. So we're switching from warm targeting, which is people that you know, to cold targeting, which all this means is that these are people that you don't know. Now, what I love is that Facebook has this whole new platform that is really awesome, and it's called lookalike audiences. So you can actually take an email list or a buyer's list. And what's cool is if you're already in business and you have, let's say, a list of people who have purchased your products and services that are your ideal customers, you can upload your buyer's email list into Facebook. Again, they'll query those email addresses, and they will create a lookalike audience for you. So what that means is that Facebook has so many millions of combinations of data points that they can see that they know that you and I don't know. And they can say, all right, well, you uploaded a list of 1,000 buyers. Here's all the common denominators. They all like a certain book, or they all have a certain trait that's in common. And Facebook will take those data points and build an audience for you. So instead of having to be this expert, you can use an audience that Facebook has created for you and run ads to them. Now, in number 8, cold targeting. This is another way to bring in new, fresh prospects to your database, build your list, build your revenues. And this one is great. It's very simple. This is one that we use all the time. And you're just cold targeting to the interests. So all you have to do is think of who are your top 3 competitors, and you just run ads to them. So for example, for me, I do business coaching, and you know what? It's very simple. I just target other people that do business coaching, and I can target their fans. So think, what is your niche? What is your industry? You can target your competitors' fans, and if they have customers that you would like to have be your customers, you can just market to theirs. So all you have to do is identify your top 3 competitors, find their Facebook pages, and then you can target their likes. And you can also drill down on demographics as well. Number 9, and this is our last one here, number 9, tracking is everything. And what my goal is for you is you want to get it to the point where you want to figure out, what does it cost to acquire a customer? So if you spend $100 on Facebook ads, what if it costs you $100 to get a customer, but what if your customer is worth $1,500? I've got a client, Andrea, in the aromatherapy industry, and she's one of our FIRESTARTER elite clients, which means that it's our $36,000 a year program. And she came on board, and she had never made more than $450,000. And I sat down with her and I said, Andrea, you have $1 million business. And she started cracking up laughing. And she's like, Nick, how on earth would I have $1 million business? She's like, I've been in business for 7 years and I've never made more than $450,000. And I said, but Andrea, it's simple. It's only math. The last webinar that we did together, right? You brought on clients, and your cost to acquire that customer was $100, and you made $1,500. So think about, imagine if you spent $100 and you received $1,500. How many times would you do that over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And I was like, so all we have to do is we just have to increase your spend, right? And I was like, Andrew, we just have to do more webinars. We got to spend more on Facebook ads. If you're getting, $1,500 for every $100 you spend on ads, let's spend 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like, let's get a lot of money back. And so she did exactly that. In 12 months, she went from 450 grand as her total gross revenue, and she broke 2 million in 12 months. I quadrupled her business from this very same tactic that I'm teaching you here right now on the screen. And the key thing is I knew her math. And you got to know, how much does it cost to acquire a customer? How much does it cost to get a lead? And the great thing is that Facebook makes it easy. They have a thing called a conversion tracking pixel. You can take that. It's right inside the Facebook advertising campaign manager. You put it on your website and it will track for you how many people come through, how many people buy. You can track it. Because the big thing here, and my big goal for you is, again, you want to know your math. So for every dollar you invest in Facebook ads, I want you to see what your return is back. In the old days, when I did traditional advertising, I invested $30,000 in TV commercials. I got back $280. That was awful. That's why one of my 11 businesses failed, right? So I learned Facebook marketing and advertising. I put in $1, I get back $4. You put in $1, you get back $4. Now, it doesn't work exactly that way for every single person. It depends on your niche. For Andrew, she put in 100, you got back 1,500. What if you put in $1, but you got back 2, right? So the key thing is that this is the point of where you want to get to. This is my goal for all of my clients. This is how you scale. This is how you get to become a 6-figure business. If you're already there, you take it to get to become a 7-figure business. So that's the key spot to get to. All right, so here we go. So the next piece is, people are always saying, like, Nick, all right, so what do I do from here? You've given me the steps. I can run it. I can implement it. And there's really 2 main choices. So you can take what I just share with you, and you can take it, you can run with it, and you can implement it. You can do it yourself. Go at it alone. 100%. We've literally had thousands of people that have done that with our content, that have read our book and have got into action. But option B is, you can let us help you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down what that looks like. And I want to encourage you to just perk up in your chair, or to just to lean into this and really understand and grab onto what I'm about to share, because we have something that's so special, that's created so many success stories. And this isn't just another offer at an end of, at the end of a webinar. This is something that we have a proven track record to help create success. And if you are looking to take the shortcut, and if you really want to unlock your freedom and get there faster, then I really encourage you to just to really focus in here, hear what I'm saying, write down, take some notes on this, because this can be that moment for you that changes your life and business forever. Just like when I was in the exact same spot. For me, I was personally in 50 grand in debt. I watched a video much like this from, Eben Pagan, who I then invested into him, got to his event, sold a business, went from 50K in debt to, making millions online. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share with you a couple things about what we've got going on. But before I do, it's super important for you to think about, isn't it time for you to start your movement and live the life on fire that you've always dreamed of? And I think that this picture sums up it all. It's like, isn't it time now to create that freedom, to unlock that freedom that you want in your business? It's like, whether you are just getting started or whether you've been in business for, a couple years, it's like, why did you start? Right? Like, what's it all about? What's the whole point? And for most people, for anything like me or like many entrepreneurs, it's for freedom. And if you don't have the freedom that you desire, what's going to change? And that's why I encourage you to really listen to this whole thing and to really understand what we can, how we can help you, because it can radically change where you're at. So next thing is, I just always like you to think of it as, if not now, when? Right? If you're not going to make any shifts now, then when's it going to happen? What's it going to take to get from where you're at to where you want to be? So have the faith, trust your gut, and remember that most successful entrepreneurs make fast decisions. And the key thing is that they make them right. When I was 50K in debt and I invested into Eben Pagan for $5 grand, I didn't have the money. I had a credit card, $2,500. I had to borrow the other $2,500 by having a friend go in halves on it with me. But you know what I did? I made that decision, and then I made it right. And that's the choice that you have, that I have, that we all have. So that's super, super important. So here's what I got for you. So this is a special offer for today, and I'm going to break down how I can help between myself, my team, how we can help coach you to unlock your freedom and to crush it here in 2016. So here's how we can help. We have our Firestarter Pro Mastermind. So it's an exclusive 6-month immersion program. This is some of our best work. We've created so many success stories, and what we do here is we create radical change and breakthrough in your business. And the whole goal is to help surround you with our resources, with our coaching, with our team, so that we can work with you to help you get the results that you want in your business. So we're now accepting entrepreneurs who are hungry for success, and we're accepting applications. Now, here's the thing. We do not have the room to take everyone. We are selective. You do have to apply. We have more demand than we have supply, meaning, by applying, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get in. You've got to prove that you're hungry and that you are ready to be one of our success stories, because we have a proven track record. We've literally have hundreds of success stories just in this program alone. So we've got to see that you want it. We've got to see that you're ready to go and that you're ready to prove yourself. So what I want to ask you is, what would your life look like if you had more clients, more income, more influence? What would it look like if you had more revenue? You know what I'm saying? If you were to look at your business at the end of 6 months, if you were to get that to an extra $10K a month, how would that bode for your business? What would you do with it? It's not just about the money in your business, but how would that change your family? How would that change? Would you be able to pay off debt? Would you be able to put your kids through college? Would you be able to give back, build a school, whatever that is? It's like, money is just a tool to get what you want out of your life and be able to give back. So what would your life look like if you had an extra $10,000 a month? So I'm going to share 7 ways that'll help ensure that you achieve it. The first thing, what we offer is 2 in-person mastermind retreats. Now, these mastermind retreats, they are, they're workshop style, and they are completely game-changing. So what we do is we teach profit-producing skills. We surround you with other like-minded entrepreneurs, and you can tap into our expansive network, because it's not just what you know, it's who you know. And the greatest thing about our network is it's like a family. We actually call it the Life on Fire family. And, we've got this incredible group of fire starters. We have a lot of them that are doing business together, that are doing joint ventures together, that are hiring and using each other in their businesses. And so we have a lot of our clients that they make back more money just by doing business with people as a part of our community than what the whole program costs altogether. So at the masterminds, the first one we have coming up, we actually build the funnel. So everything we talked about here today in the strategy is about a marketing funnel. And our first mastermind together, we bring in a whole team, and you come in, and whether you already have a business or whether you're building your business from scratch, the outcome of the first mastermind is you walk in one way and you leave with a complete marketing funnel created. We're talking the website page built, your email copy done and written, all aspects of your entire marketing funnel in a 3-day mastermind workshop retreat. It is built and done. We've got experts there on site. So, if you have ClickFunnels or lead pages, that they'll help you build out the pages, they'll help you make it. We work with you to train you on the copy, on the emails. So the outcome is you build out that marketing funnel so you are in business, ready to make it happen. Now, the next mastermind, what we do is we bring in our professional photographer, Nikki Incandela, and she is the best photographer in Southern California. And so what we do is we take professional branding photos. So we do a photo shoot with all of you. And what's so cool is that photo shoot, it's a total game changer for building your brand online. If you saw our success stories, you may have noticed that they had some pretty amazing photos. And when you have great photos, that really helps to attract the right clients. When you have the right photos for your Facebook ads, it makes a big difference. And we also use our in-house video crew, and we create a promotional video for you as well. So you got the in-person masterminds. We have virtual masterminds as well, $12,000 value. Number 2 is Ignite Your Business Academy. And I'm super excited for this. This is completely live. I'm teaching our profit producing skills and how to dominate your market, teaching advanced mindset hacks, how to get more done in less time, how to create your movement message, how to build your celebrity like brand, building your email list, content, Facebook marketing, how to package and launch your products, how to create leverage with outsourcing. So I've got this. It is 2 hours a week, and you can tap in, you can catch the recordings, you can catch it live, you can interact with me, ask me questions. And this is really where it is just so much growth happens, because I'm teaching all of the different skills on how to build your business. And the way that I do it is I help you build a long-term business, not just, a flash in the pan, make a few bucks online. This is how to create a career, how to build your message, build your movement. And I walk through everything that I've learned through 11 failures and through 2 multi-million-dollar businesses. And I break it all down. I've been trained highly in, how to teach and how to create learning retention. So the cool thing is all you got to do is you got to plug in and hang with us, hang with our community, and you'll learn every single week. Number 3 is we have weekly one-on-one coaching calls, because one of the common challenges with entrepreneurs is going at it alone, where you just don't have someone to talk to that knows your business, that knows, how to market online, that knows the answers to your questions. And when you're just left to your own devices alone to make decisions, it's very challenging in business. And that's why it takes so many entrepreneurs, and myself included, it took me 11 failures until I finally wisened up and got a mentor. Now, this is, again, why I do coaching, is because my life changed so much that this is why I now do this, because my life changed so dramatically from protein mix in a sandwich bag, going to an event, to, making millions of dollars online. And so this is now, I know this about entrepreneurs. And so we have the best coaches in the industry. I've trained Mari, I've trained Valerie, my wife, Megan. I've trained them for years. And what's awesome is that they are the best of the best. They've been running Facebook ads, and they've been managing online, marketing campaigns for years, and they're so good. And so you'll get 30-minute weekly calls, and they're laser focused. You get your, focus advice to overcome any challenge, and then you can leverage the knowledge of others to get ahead faster. Another big benefit of the weekly one-on-one calls, accountability. There is no secret that the thing is, like, if you want to create the success that you desire, you need accountability. It's no different. Like if you hire a personal trainer to go to the gym and you've got to be there 3 times a week, you're more likely to be there 3 times a week, aren't you? If we're left to our own discipline, our own willpower, what happens? Things get in the way, kids get in the way. We don't feel like doing it one day. We don't feel like making the sales calls. So accountability is every time you hop on the phone, you just share what you've accomplished. Then you get the coaching call. Then at the end, you share, here's the 3 things I'm going to accomplish in the next 7 days. Boom. Every single week, week after week. This one thing alone is worth the entire price of the program. Number 5, video training on demand. This is all of our courses. I've taken all the knowledge that's helped myself and our clients make millions and millions of dollars, and I've broken it down into courses. You get instant access to the courses. So what's cool is you just determine what it is that you need at that specific point on your journey as an entrepreneur, and boom, you can dive into the courses. So it's $8,561 worth of courses. We have our Fitbit. So, our company is called Life on Fire. It's not just business on fire. So the cool thing is, we help you grow your business, create more revenue. But while we're doing it, you strap on a Fitbit. We actually have a corporate account with Fitbit. So we have all of our fire starters. We're in the same group. And you get to see everyone else's steps. We have all these challenges. And you know what? Why not move more? Why not track your steps? It's a pedometer. Why not track your sleep, log your food, become the best version of you? So it's like, make more money with us, but create momentum and why not get in the best shape of your life at the same time? To me, that's what a life on fire is. So we are loving this whole Fitbit program that we're doing with our coaching clients. Next one here is just our bonuses. We've heard people say things like, well, Nick, I get the funnel, I was at the mastermind. We built the whole funnel out, but now I'm stuck hooking up, something in the tech, right? Or it's the tech or the technology that sometimes holds people back. So we've actually solved that. We have one dedicated coach all she does is tech. So every month you have a bonus. If you hop on literally now, you have a bonus where you get an hour a month with Coach Shenna just to help you with your tech. You guys hop on and do screen shares, and next thing you know, she's helping you with a plugin on your WordPress page, or she's helping you with the website, or she's helping you with Infusionsoft. Whatever it is, we've got the tech covered. The next piece here is a course called Call to Action with one of my mentors, Michael Burnoff. So if you've ever felt like if you only had more energy or more motivation, this course Call to Action is also an incredible bonus where it's live coaching calls with Michael. You do it once and you'll never be the same since. There's no way I could ever explain what happens on that. It's something that it's a huge value add to benefit. You will never, there's nothing I could say that could convey the value of this until you do it. But it's a huge bonus. If you ask any one of our Firestarter pros, they will say it freaking rocks. So that's the bonuses. And at the end of the day, our Firestarter Pro Mastermind will help you increase profits and reduce hours worked, guaranteed. That is it. There is no other way around it. That's what we do. We've been doing this for years. This is our passion. Creating success stories is our mission. And, if you're the right person, we've got a few spots available. We're only looking for the right people, and I'm going to share with you how you can apply. So to summarize everything that we're offering, you've got your 2 in-person masterminds, virtual mastermind retreats, our Ignite Your Business Academy, which is our weekly live group coaching calls, weekly one-on-one coaching calls with accountability tracking, video training on demand, the Fitbit, plus the bonuses. The total is $29,660. And this literally, without any hesitation, is worth every penny of that. And I know that because we have had so many clients that have made tens of thousands of dollars. We've had so many clients that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Clients have made millions of dollars. So, I'm very confident and proud in that pricing. So, but here's the thing. You can hop on board and apply to become a Firestarter Pro and get on the fast track for just a $500 non-refundable deposit today, and then $7,000. So your total investment would be $7,500 to radically change your business and life. So in our 6-month Firestarter Pro Mastermind, again, $7,500 to radically change your business and life. And when I think about how much money I've invested, how much money I see other people investing, and it's like for $7,500 over 6 months. Think about that. $7,500 in 6 months. Do you know how much revenue we can help you make in 6 months? Sometimes people say, well, Nick, $7,500, that's a lot. And it's like, you've got to really reframe how you're thinking about your business, because $7,500, if we can help you make an extra 50 grand, what's 7,500? Right? So it's an investment. Any good investment yields a positive return on investment. So if you put in 7,500, but at the end of 6 months, you've made 50 grand or you've made 80 grand, but you've learned profit producing skills that will help you make money month after month after month after month, what is that worth? Right? So it's $7,500 to become a Firestarter Pro. We're taking applications. And again, we only have a few spots available. And you do save money by paying up front. Now, for other folks, we want to make this accessible if you're the right fit. So we have what's called the Flex Payment Plan. The Flex Payment Plan is $500 today. Fill out the application, and then it's $2,500. So from there, just figure before you get started, it's a total of $3,000 for your deposit, and then it's 5 payments month after month after month of $1,400 per month. So your total investment would be $10,000 to radically change your business and life. So we've got the 2 options. It's essentially $3,000 deposit. Then 30 days later, you start your $1,400 a month, and that goes for 5 months. Total investment $10,000. So that is how you can get involved with us. And you do have to apply. We are accepting applications. We've got a few spots available, and we are selective. Our group is so encouraging, so supportive, and there's so much business just generated by being in the group. So even if you didn't, it's like just being in the group, you'll make more money than what you invest just by being in the group. And then when you factor in all the skills that we're teaching, the accountability, and all the knowledge that you're getting, it's like we are so proud of this program because there's nothing like it. There's no one that's doing professional photos and videos for you and breaking it all down and giving one-on-one attention in calls like this. And it's because this is what it takes, and this is going to save you, years of pain as an entrepreneur, just going on, just taking that bumpy road and trying to figure it out all on your own. And so if you are truly committed to unlocking your freedom, and and it's like you're sick and tired of banging your head against a wall, you want to find a better way and you want to get to freedom faster, then you can hire us. We'll help you do it. We'll work with you hand in hand. We'll surround you with amazing support system. We're going to open up our network to you. You're going to meet amazing people, get the resources. Most importantly, shortcut your learning curve so that you can make revenue faster. And here's the thing. We teach 7 different strategies on how to drive revenue to your business. And you got to figure, even at the flex payment plan, $3,000, then $1,400 a month. If you can't pull back at least an extra 10 grand by the end of 90 days, then something went completely wrong. Then you weren't trying, you weren't showing up, or you weren't on our calls. Because when you take and you put into practice the things that we're teaching, and that's why we have the accountability and the coaching calls to help you, then you will absolutely drive in the revenue to your business. And again, the best part is that when you learn these skills, you have them forever. Once you learn how to make money online, and once you have these skills, you will never be in the same spot ever again. And this is exactly what happened to me. Flipping back to my story, $50K in debt, was down and out and was just on the verge of giving up. And you know what? I saw a video just like this. I took that leap of faith. I just jumped. I said, you know what? I gotta believe. I gotta make a decision and make it right. I gotta just do it. I gotta go. And I got the knowledge. I learned from someone that was where I wanted to be. I got surrounded by a network and I got plugged in. And once I learned how to, to build a business and make money online, everything changed. And so that's my gift to you. Again, only a couple spots available, and here's how to apply. We got a couple questions for you. You have to be a yes to all of these. I am ready to commit and do what it takes. I will be coachable. I don't want to wait any longer. I do what I say. I will take massive action. I will take responsibility and not make excuses. We do not do excuses in the Firestarter Pro group. You got to take responsibility and you got to go. So if you're a yes to these and you're ready to apply, I want you to first think about, if you're not going to do it now, when would you do it? So again, it's like you can kick the can. You can always, say, I'll get to it next year. I'll get to it next year. It's like, you know what? You don't want time to keep fleeting and keep passing you by. You don't want to look back and think, oh man, look at all those other people that did it. And the people that were at Nick's event on the stage sharing their success stories. I wish I had just done it when he made this offer. You'll never see this at this price point again either. So, if it's not now, when's it going to be? So have faith in yourself. Trust your gut. Remember that the most successful entrepreneurs make fast decisions and then they make them right. So here's how to apply. We've got, again, just a few spots left. You can apply now at firestarterpro.com. Again, firestarterpro.com to apply. Once you land on the page, what you're going to see, if you'd like more details, you can watch a video of me at our Big Ignite event. And on that video, I share, what's involved in this program. On the page, again, you have all the information that's available there to you. We even have we've got our a panel of success stories that we just shared at our Ignite event. And, check it out. Go through the page, and apply. Also on that page, when you click the apply button, there's a handful of questions we're going to ask you. And, just answer those questions honestly. We have only got a few spots left. We are going to make sure that you're the right fit and the right person for this. And the cool thing is, we won't accept you if you're not the right fit, because it doesn't help me and it doesn't help you if you come on board and you don't create a 6-figure business. If you don't take your business, if you're already 6 figures, if you don't get it to 7, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help us. If you're brand new and you don't get to 10K a month, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help us. We want success stories. So we are going to, protect you and, protect ourselves so that we're only going to take you on if we believe you can win with our strategies. So again, firestarterpro.com to apply. What'll happen from there is, once you apply, myself or one of my team members will reach out. We'll hop on the phone with you, get any of your final questions answered, and then we'll proceed from there. So cool thing is, by applying, you'll be able to hop on the phone again with myself or one of my team members, and we'll make sure that this is a win for both of us. And again, we only have a couple spots, but if you're the right person, get involved in our inner circle and take your business to a whole new level. So again, all you have to do is go to firestarterpro.com, and I cannot wait to meet you. If you are ready to take this step, I am excited for you, and I would love to meet you and help you become our next big success story. And, hey, if it's not us, at the end of the day, the big takeaway is whether you work with our team or someone else, get yourself a coach. That is the big takeaway, because at the end of the day, get there faster. Don't do it all alone. Get there quicker. Apply right now, firestarterpro.com. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Oh, and one more thing. If you have any questions, just email support@lifeonfire.com and get any of your questions answered. And like I said, for you to apply, we will absolutely hop on the phone, make sure that you're the right fit. But if you have any questions, feel free to email support@lifeonfire.com. Also, your notes in the very beginning of the call, I mentioned giving our book on Facebook marketing, and you can email your notes to support@lifeonfire.com and get a free copy of our book as well. You can also call 888-530-5215 to speak to our lovely customer care team as well. So support@lifeonfire.com for any questions you have, or you can dial the number on the screen. And of course, firestarterpro.com to apply, and looking forward to catching up with you soon. Cheers.